Hi, psychology. This is Mr. Benninger. I thought I'd spend a little more time on classical conditioning and send you a video of kind of explaining what's going on here. So, as far as classical conditioning, you have four main parts: the unconditioned stimulus, in other words, something that causes a natural reaction; the unconditioned response, what happens when you have that stimulus occur; and then you have a neutral stimulus that becomes conditioned, the conditioned stimulus, and then the conditioned response. What are you trying to get somebody to learn using that conditioned stimulus? So for an example, when you hear a bell, you get up and go to class. Go to your next period. We don't have to tell you to do that. As upperclassmen, you just get up and go. You know where to go. That's all been conditioned from an early age. The fact that you know a bell equals go to class, or an alarm may mean a fire alarm or a tornado drill, depending on the sound. So different stimuluses in your life are going to lead to different responses. And so these are a few examples that I thought we could go over via video to try to help you out a little bit in learning that. So this first example has to do with a shower. We're going to go with Maya. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, but when Maya gets back to the dormitory after jogging around the campus, he likes to take a quick shower before going to class. One morning, while taking a shower, he hears someone flushing a nearby toilet. Suddenly, extreme hot water comes rushing out of the shower head, and Maya experiences excruciating pain. After muttering a few obscenities, I'm pretty sure I would too there, bleepity bleep bleep bleep, he continues showering. A few minutes later, Maya hears another toilet flush, and he leaps out of the shower. So what is the unconditioned stimulus here? Well, the unconditioned stimulus would be the hot water. This is the thing that causes the reaction, but it wasn't a planned thing. It wasn't something we were trying to teach you. It just happened. So the water causes a response, and what there is a response? Pain. Okay, the excruciating pain. So I get shower, I get hot water, which causes me pain. What becomes the conditioned stimulus? What do I associate that pain with? In this case, it would be the toilet flushing. Okay, the toilet flushing causes me to remember the excruciating pain. And so by default, just because that was in the background, I learned the toilet flushing equals pain. Even though the hot water is what really causes me the pain, not the toilet flushing, right? So what's the response? I hear a toilet flush. He jumps out of the shower. So the unconditioned stimulus is what's actually happening. The pain, the unconditioned response, is what happens biologically. But then I hear something that I associate with it. That's the conditioned stimulus, and thus I have a response to that conditioned stimulus. Excuse me. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll move on. We'll try another one. Stop the carousel. I want to get off. Molly was ecstatic when she learned her family was going to the state fair next weekend. When her family arrived at the state fair, the temperature was in excess of 100 degrees. But Molly didn't care because she was finally there. Molly stopped and watched some clowns performing next to the carousel. As she watched the silly antics of the clowns with the carousel music playing in the background, Molly got more and more sweaty and uncomfortable. Eventually, she fainted from the heat. After that trip to the state fair, every time Molly hears carousel music, she feels a little dizzy. So what is the unconditioned stimulus, unconditioned response, conditioned stimulus, and conditioned response? I'll give you a couple minutes, pause the video, try to figure that out, and I'll reconvene. Okay, I'm assuming you paused. Hopefully you did. So what is the unconditioned stimulus here? What you should have had was the heat. Okay, the extreme heat. So you have 100 plus degrees. So the extreme heat caused what to happen? She fainted, right? Because the heat was getting to her, caused exhaustion, she fainted. But there's something going on in the background that I'm going to associate that fainting with. Carousel music. So the carousel music in the background, I'm going to associate with fainting. When I hear that, she all of a sudden got dizzy. Excuse me, dizzy. And so she became dizzy listening to carousel music because it reflected back. All right, we will try one more. When tuna goes bad, this will be a pleasant one, I'm sure. Ryan was really looking forward to lunch because his mother had prepared a tuna salad sandwich. Unfortunately, the mayonnaise she had used had been left out too long and was spoiled. Not long after eating the sandwich, Ryan felt sick and had to rush to the bathroom. Thereafter, the mere mention of a tuna sandwich would make Ryan nauseous. So what is the unconditioned stimulus here? I'll pause. Go ahead and pause the video, write these out, and we'll see what you come up with. Okay, I'm going to assume you paused. So the unconditioned stimulus here should have been the spoiled mayonnaise. Okay, spoiled mayo was the unconditioned stimulus, which caused what response? Getting sick. Okay, what became the conditioned stimulus? Tuna. Okay, was the tuna really what made him sick? No, but tuna. All right, the mention of it. So here's tuna. What happens to Ryan when he hears tuna sandwich? He gets nauseous. So hopefully that helps you understand the process that you need to go through. And so what I'd like you to do for an assignment based on this video is come up with a couple of examples of your own. That's two, okay? 2 examples of your own. It can be about anything you want, but come up with, make sure you have an unconditioned stimulus, an unconditioned response, a conditioned stimulus, and a conditioned response for each one. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Until I get to see you, I hope all is well.